Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan and Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev may meet for talks in Russia with Russian President Vladimir Putin in the coming days, according to Russian business daily Vedomosti, citing unnamed diplomatic sources. A source said to Vedomosti that Russia began working to organize the meeting with Pashinyan and Aliyev at a summit of post-Soviet countries in Kazakhstan earlier this month. At the summit, Putin extended an invitation to Pashinyan and Aliyev for another round of talks in Russia, in any place at any time, in Sochi, Petersburg, or in Moscow, he said. Meanwhile, the foreign ministers of Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Russia held talks on the sidelines of the summit, where they reaffirmed their commitment to the implementing of three earlier statements issued jointly by the country's leaders. The first two statements established a ceasefire in and around Karabakh and formed a joint working group to reopen regional transit routes. The third statement reaffirmed the parties' commitment to the first two. This all comes as Moscow appears to be seeking to reassert its role in mediating between Yerevan and Baku, amid deepening diplomatic engagement in the conflict by Brussels, Paris, and Washington. Armen Krikorian, the influential head of Armenia's Security Council, said in an interview with Armenian television earlier this month that Armenia expects to sign both a peace treaty and a separate border delimitation deal with Azerbaijan by the end of the year. And Armenia and Azerbaijan's Joint Border Delimitation Commission is set to convene in Brussels in the first week of November, Armenian Deputy Prime Minister Meher Krikorian's office told Armen Press News Agency. No other details were made immediately available. Krikorian, alongside his Azerbaijani counterpart, Shahin Mustafayev, heads the commission. Krikorian and Mustafayev have so far met twice in their capacity as commission co-chairs, once in late May on the border between Armenia and the Azerbaijani exclave of Nakhichevan, and the second time in late August in Moscow. Armenia and Azerbaijan officially formed the commission to delimit their border in May, just one day after talks in Brussels between leaders Nikol Pashinyan and Ilham Aliyev. But nothing has come of the commission's work so far. The border between Armenia and Azerbaijan remains undelimited and undemarcated, as it was once an internal Soviet boundary, and so officially defining it was not an issue of concern to the authorities at that time. And the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe has sent a needs assessment team to Armenia's southernmost Syunik region for a meeting with local administration representatives. The OSCE delegation was briefed on the consequences of Azerbaijan's major attack on parts of Armenia proper, including Syunik, in mid-September. The OSCE representatives also visited border communities to observe the situation on the ground there. And the death of a young gay couple by suicide in Yerevan has shocked Armenia and Armenia diaspora communities around the world, refocusing attention on homophobia in Armenia and the stigma of seeking mental health services in the country. The young couple, named on social media as Arsen and Tigran, made a short post on Instagram before dying. One of them was a minor. Pink Armenia, a prominent LGBTQ rights group based in Yerevan, said in a statement that the young couple's death proves once again that LGBT people in Armenia are not safe and not protected by society or the state.